Satisfaction with work accounts for much of our satisfaction with life and affects our health and stress. So there are a lot of benefits of being engaged and in love with our work. Chip Heath of Stanford University surveyed attorneys and asked them why they chose to be an attorney. Most of them responded by saying they had felt a calling and wanted to make the world a better place. Chip Heath asked these same attorneys why their colleagues, other attorneys, chose to become lawyers. Most conjectured that their peers were in it for the money. What's interesting about Heath's survey is that it reveals a classic double standard. Namely, people believe that they are intrinsically motivated, but regard others to be exclusively extrinsically motivated. Whereas this disconnect may seem harmless, when we believe that others are extrinsically motivated, we use carrots and sticks to change their behavior. Over time, this can undermine intrinsic interest. Let's consider how this could happen. Suppose you are paid to do something that's enjoyable, such as drawing a picture, doing a puzzle. Do you think you will come to love that activity? In several studies, children and adults were either paid to do something like drawing, painting, or sculpting, or they were praised. Sometime later, all the kids were given an opportunity to draw, paint, or sculpt during free time. Can you guess which kids chose to draw during the free time period? The candy kids or the praise kids? The kids who received praise were more likely to want to draw than the candy kids. Why? The candy kids reasoned that the only thing that motivated them to draw is candy. Conversely, the kids who received praise internalized their love of drawing. Now wait just 1 minute. If this is a thinly veiled attempt to not pay employees so as not to undermine their intrinsic interest, count me out. Look, that's not what we're advising leaders to do. Rather, we're advising leaders to affirm intrinsic motivation in themselves and others. Let's be clear. Intrinsic motivation refers to motivation and desire that is driven by internal rewards, which can be a sense of satisfaction, accomplishment, or making the world a better place. Extrinsic motivation refers to motivation and desire that is driven by the promise of external rewards, including money, resources, or material gain. How might leaders use intrinsic goals to motivate employees? As a case in point, consider how Martin Van Steenkist and colleagues examined the impact of intrinsic versus extrinsic motivation. Two groups of people were given very different motivations for changing their behavior concerning recycling. Some people were told that by engaging in recycling, they could improve their lives, health, and contribute to the community, intrinsic goal. Others were told that they could save money or gain a good public image, extrinsic goal. Sometime later, the behavior of the two groups was examined. Those who had been motivated with the intrinsic goal learned more and recycled more. Let's sum up. First, there are two fundamental types of motivations, intrinsic and extrinsic. Second, most leaders falsely believe others are exclusively motivated by extrinsic reasons, but that they themselves are uniquely motivated by intrinsic reasons. Third, failing to affirm intrinsic interest can undermine motivation. Finally, affirming intrinsic motivation can lead to greater insight and better performance.